What's up, boys? It is your weekly podcast of the Breakdown Fantasy Football Podcast here with your commish, Kyle, and your boy.
Let's go, Javier, your boy Don, no mama's way. So excited to have this going every week with everybody. Let's break it down. What's going on, Way?
Shit, dude, nothing much. I've been curious. What's your record? I haven't heard recently.
Yeah, no, it's a rare one. It's 4-0, baby, on the year, 4-0. But I'm not sharing. I'm sharing that with someone. I got that with our boy Cody. Nook, if you buck, Mr. Research himself, Captain Marvel, Captain Incredible.
Dude, Captain Checkers over chess or chess over checkers. Mr. Pennies to quarters himself. Shit. Well, I mean, y'all got a record in common, but that's about it. You're dominant as fuck for points for. I mean, you get lucky with your points against too, not being too high. But Cody, I mean, that little pit bull, he's a big barker, but he's a lovable little puppy dog.
Oh, yeah, no, for sure. We talked about, captain this, captain that, but in the grand scheme of things, he's Captain Small, right? SMOL.
Captain Small boy.
Him and I have a matchup going into, I guess not this week, but the following week. And we've already talked about if we're both 5-0, we should just bench everybody and take the tie and move on. Just as, that would throw the league into uproar. It's just shooting the shit with him and trying to keep our loss record empty.
True.
If we can.
Yeah, I feel that too for sure. Well, shit, man. What are you sipping on over there?
Man, I got me a Blue Moon Mango Wheat. Been sipping on this weekend. Saw it at HEB. Been loving it. So that's what I got.
I don't know what that can looks like. Let me see it.
Right over there.
Nice.
Anything mango is right up my alley. I don't care what it is.
Yeah, dude. Recently, I've been sipping on this St. Arnold's Harmony Hazy IPA.
Oh, nice. There you go.
Anything hazy IPA has been that's been my shit recently. Like, it used to be like a Heffenweisen, but like, man, if I see hazy IPA, I'm jumping all over that shit.
Oh yeah, no, for sure. I remember probably again, bringing up Cody. Cody and I were on the IPA train, and you didn't like them for the longest time. And then we always say you grew up into them. So welcome.
Dude, grew some hair on my chest, a little bit more on my nuts.
Right. There you go. There you go.
Well, shit, dude. Let's go ahead and dive into this. We're going to shoot the shit real quick on some potential trades, since there's been no real trades that have gone down this week. I guess we could start out just by chopping it up on trades that happened last week.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Last week, almost everybody seems to have made a trade of some sort, big or small. Some people lost matchups. Some people just kept winning them, and threw some teams into an uproar and had people selling the farm, and just had some people trying to make some, smart maneuvers and strategic moves. But there's a couple moves last week that had everybody, tripping.
For sure. Anything that stands out to you?
Mike Williams for Josh Jacobs. That for me, I would have taken the Josh Jacobs side. I've been a Josh Jacobs believer since he was at Alabama. I've never slept on him. For those of y'all that know, Josh Jacobs has always been my guy. He got me to be a closeted Raiders guy. And it's finally good to see him take form and do what he can do. And look what happens. Let the Raiders run the ball with just their guy, not 5 other dudes. And look what happens. They get a dub, not because of Devontae Adams, not because of Derek Carr, not because of Darren Waller. It was Josh Jacobs. Yeah. So it's good to see that. I think that's a great trade asset that was acquired by Preston. Mike Williams is great, don't get me wrong, but just that boom bust. When he booms, but when he busts, he's bust. I mean, that better than anybody. That was your guy. I'm pretty sure the same draft year, maybe a year or two before. But yeah, you know me, I'm usually more wide receiver than running back. But in this case,
yeah, dude, I'm surprised that I'm on the other side of it, where I thought the Mike Williams side won that one. Just, we playing full PPR. Josh Jacobs ain't done shit, and that's been your boy. But I mean, y'all know too that I've been like an anti-Josh Jacobs kind of guy, and like, sure enough, motherfucker pops off for like the best game of his career.
Yeah, no, for
So
sure.
like, I wasn't a big fan of the trade, right off the bat, but like that shit looks like the most even trade that's happened to date. I mean, other trades, like obviously the ones that we made where it looks like, what the fuck is Kyle doing? Like, yeah, on one hand, I said, get Swift the fuck off my team. Like, I can't handle that shit anymore. Like, even if he's fully healthy, Jamal Williams is still getting the goal line carries, and there wasn't any shot of me getting Jamal Williams on my team. So I'm like, you got to go, because if Swift was going to be out this week, next week, the bye week, I was already 1-2. I was like, I can't afford to just still, you know what I'm saying? So I got to recoup.
Yeah, you can't risk it for that biscuit.
Nah, dude. So it looked a little crazy, but breaking down the points afterwards, that one and the Aaron Jones for Tyreek Hill ended up coming out on top of both of those. And if Wes wasn't such a dumbass and making such terrible start-sit decisions, then like he may have had a chance to beat me. But like I directly correlate those crazy trades to being able to be 2-2 this week and not 1.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah,
for sure. I think it goes down to Wes always trying to be a little cute too, trying to be a little different.
He said averages, bro, averages. Yeah. But he's got more average on his bench than in the starting lineup. So that's unfortunate.
You know what? I do want to take it back real quick before we move on to, a trade that's kind of rumbling through the league right now. Week one, actually before week one, there was a trade that went down for CEH and Jalen Waddle. Right now, or in the moment, a lot of people thought robbery, this and that, blah, blah, blah. But now you're looking at, if I'm not mistaken, CEH is RB4, RB5 on the year.
Yeah.
Jalen Waddle's wide receiver 5 on the year. You couldn't ask for something to pan out more evenly, I guess, without even the unknown of nothing even happening yet. Just a quick, I need a running back, you need a wide receiver, boom, boom. But man, that's panned out. Obviously, I don't have CEH anymore. That turned into Saquon Barkley, so even better. But I would still be completely happy if I had CEH. I still think he's a sell high candidate across the league. But if you're holding on to him, just be careful, because you never know when that game's going to come where Pacheco, McKinnon, anybody else takes over.
True, yeah. And if anybody's going to trade with Jordan, it's probably going to be his matching buddy, Cody. So we'll see. We'll see. But yeah, no, I agree with you when you say CEH sell high candidate. But I mean, shit, maybe not. Maybe he just scoring touchdowns. I mean, like you never know. Like, and Jordan seems to have that bullshit luck too, to where, oh, okay, like it's just gonna kind of work out for you in the end. So I mean,
yeah, I don't understand how you trade away Saquon and you don't start the people you got in return for Saquon.
Damn, it's almost like a little birdie told him to start Mark Ingram because Kamara was out.
Man, I don't know. He still would have lost, but damn, that would have put him closer and probably would have had Cody sweating just a little bit, if anything at all,
That's true. Well, shit, I mean, yeah, like we were saying, there's another trade possibly going down, a wide receiver for a wide receiver. You want to chat about that? You want to put these guys on?
Yeah, we'll put them on blast. It might go down while we're recording this, so they might not even see it yet. But we'll just throw out the Michael Pittman with Preston versus Chris Godwin with Big Daddy Russ. And I'm Team Godwin on this one. Kyle's Team Pittman. My stance on it is Godwin's coming back. He had some time off. He's resting. His first game back, he had 10 targets for 7 receptions, put up about 12 fantasy points in our league. So it's a solid outing on your first time back. But if you look at it through the years, especially the past 3 years of hit the real Chris Godwin emergence, you're looking at an average of like 20 points, 19 points, 17 points, or something around that ballpark, which I would take that all day. Especially with the healthy Brady right now. But we know how Brady's going through a little something. He fell on his elbow, whatever's happening with that. My stance on Pittman comes from just, one awful Matt Ryan. I mean, we can't get away from that for whatever means necessary. Matt Ryan seems to be liking the tight ends of Mo Alley Cox and Jelani Woods. That's 2 for Jelani Woods on, I think, week 3, and 2 from O'Alley Cox on week 4. Alec Pierce is coming back. Real quick before I steer off onto the Pierce trail, Pittman's targets have been going down since week 1. He saw 13 targets week 1, did not play week 2. And then, if I'm not mistaken, he had 9 targets week 3, 6 targets week 4, caught 3 of his 6 for 30-something yards, whereas Alex Pierce came back last week, had 5 targets. This week he had 6 targets, caught 4 of his balls this week for 80-something yards. It could be looking like, if anything, more of a 1A, 1B scenario, an early sighting of a 1A, 1B. We've seen Matt Ryan support 2 wide receivers before with Julio Jones and Calvin Ridley, but this is not the Matt Ryan of the Atlanta Falcons Super Bowl run. This is older, more hobbled Matt Ryan.
So, I'm going to be on the other side of that one, obviously. I think Pittman has arrived. I think we saw him week 1, but I also think that it's extremely difficult to be the one and only option there. Like, Matt Ryan in Indianapolis, it's a new system, and that shit takes time, especially when you've spent your entire career with the Falcons. Like, you're learning a new coach, a new system, new players, like all that. Like, did they play much together in the preseason? Like, I don't even think so. So, I think they could still be working out the kinks. And I'm just, with Chris Godwin's injury and his injury history, I'm just like, I don't want anything to do with anybody with injuries. Like, the re-aggravation, like, I'm looking at Keenan and hearing people say, oh, you should buy low on Keenan Allen. Fuck that. Like, I don't want anything to do with that hamstring injury. So, like, oh, Chris Godwin's been dealing with these injuries. Nah, bro, I'm out. And I think Brady knows that Mike Evans is the dude there. And, if you're going to compare quarterbacks, Brady for sure all day over Matt Ryan. But the tiebreaker for me is just, it's the beginning of the season. Like, they're still working kinks out. And I just don't want anything to do with any kind of injury risk. So it's a close one. It's a good one on paper. So I understand why they haven't done the trade yet, because they're just, both of them are thinking that they have the better asset and they're scared to let it go.
Yeah.
But, for me, get that injury risk off of my team and give me Pittman, because that's like a apple for an apple, essentially. Like, nobody.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. It's an apple for an apple. It comes down to preference at that point, I think, right? So yeah. I just like the more high-powered offense, in a sense, than what Indianapolis has shown, and just all the tight end targets, and still, Jonathan Taylor being a little banged up right now, but when he's healthy, that offense runs through him. Yeah. So we'll see. But like I said, you can't go wrong on either side. I would just prefer Godwin over Pittman if it was me.
Yeah.
I tried to get Godwin earlier, and your father told me no.
Yeah.
So
Big Daddy.
Thanks.
He'll do that. So yeah, trade talk's great. Let's check out these waiver wire claims this week. Just to kind of glance over them real quick. Tyler Algier went for $28. 5 different people bid on him. The next closest being Wes himself. Not really close. So I understand why Russ bid the most for him, being that he's the Cordell Patterson owner. He needed him the most. But, you'll see me down here with $5 and wondering, like, that's good shit. So, like, why didn't you bid more? But it's a 4-week rental. Like, is he the dude? Is it Caleb Hunt?
Damian Williams coming back?
Is it Damian Williams coming back? Like, am I trying to invest that much fab? No. Like, I just quite honestly wasn't. So, like,
for me, it was more of a stash away from you is what I was trying to do. I'm obviously not going to start the kid. It was more of a keep away from you.
And I think that that's probably what Matt was doing, and if not Wes too, because both Matt and Wes have excellent RB depth, to be honest. So I really wasn't surprised to see my dad win Tyler Algier there. Now with Mike Boone, I'm a little surprised here. Cody legit.
God damn.
Fucking load. Like, this dude has $0 left.
Zero. Broke boy.
And for, like, what, the RB3 in Denver?
Yeah.
Like, you got Melvin Gordon as the clear-cut workhorse. Now, like, coach has already come out and said it.
As long as he holds onto the ball.
Totally fair, as long as he holds on to the ball. And then you got Mike Boone, who dropped 2 passes at the end of the game last week. And it's like, I mean, I get it. He needed to be picked up for sure. Like, again, I put in a cheap ass bid, but for me, Mike Boone isn't a league winner by any means. So I was like,
No,
if I get him, great. If not, I don't really give a shit. Jose, who knows what the fuck Jose is doing?
no,
That dude,
I don't think he knows what he's doing.
I don't either. I think he like double tapped one on accident, like, fat fingering, short fingering.
He's probably trying to dial 911 when he saw his team and he bid $11 instead.
Probably, dude. And so, like, I'm really baffled that Cody spent all of his fab on Mike Boone, but then again,
hey, big spender. It's that showbiz, baby.
That's true. Showbiz. So I can't wait until he doesn't have a quarterback or his quarterback's on bye, and then everybody puts in a $1 bid for any quarterback that's
to block him.
Just block his ass if his tight ends out or whatever. He's got 2 tight ends, but that's dandy.
Hey, real quick on tight ends. Hey, off script, Tyler Higbee, your guy, your anti guy, but man, he is cooking. And dude. Cody was right on that. That boy said it. He put it into the universe, and he is living it. What a tight end to have on your bench.
Dude, seriously. So it says I'm like running out of time on this Zoom recording. I've got like 10 minutes left. We'll have to use a different account next week. But since we have 10 minutes, let's go ahead and dive into the actual matchups real quick. And y'all know what happened with the rest of the waiver claims. I blew my load on Isaiah Pacheco for no reason. Everything else was relatively straightforward.
Fair.
If we're going to dive into the matchups, first up, it's me and your boy Don, no Mama's way. So we don't even need to review this one. No Mama's way is going to take the cake in every category. I mean, like, shit, there's no competition there. I mean, like, let me just go through it real quick. Kyler Murray or Jalen Hurts?
Jalen Hurts.
Yeah, easy. Nyheim Hines or Saquon?
Saquon.
Yeah, for sure. Damian Pierce or Jamal.
That's I think fair in this case in this week. I think Damian Pierce has a great matchup, and I think Jamal Williams has a little bit of a tougher matchup, but still, he could come out. Yeah.
So you still win the RB position pretty easily.
Okay.
Tyreek Hill or Justin Jefferson? It's a wash.
To each their own. Yeah.
Right? Each of them could have a huge game. Each of them could bust. We've seen it both this season. Mike Evans and Jamar Chase, same thing.
I would say Mike Evans, but Jamar Chase does have a good matchup this week. But Mike Evans had a great week last week, so carry that momentum.
No slouch either. So, like, to me, the wide receivers are a wash.
Yeah, no, for sure. That's where I was going.
But tight end, after getting my fucking Donut Schultz over here, like giving me 0 points last week. So Goddard, dude, as consistent as can be. So I'm going to say you win the tight end matchup as well. Now, flex gets a little bit more interesting. If Kamara plays, it's a good matchup, but he's been pretty disappointing this year.
Oh, for sure. That was a jump shot, right? That's a what if it pays off type trade offer that I accepted. So we'll see.
Yeah,
but I would say the flexes are a wash in a sense as well. If anything, I might give the edge a little bit to you just because of the obvious, wide receivers pass catching and most air yards with Olave and Kirk being the one. But Breece Hall and Alvin Kamara, both pass catching backs, both have decent matchups. So we'll see.
Yeah. So I'm going to go ahead and put my pick on you this week. Understandably so, 4-0 versus 2-2. Let's see, Preston versus Cody. The spiciest chat in the group chat is usually
good. Yeah.
That shit's funny. So I was pretty surprised to see Preston projected to win over Cody. But like I've been saying, Cody's team was mediocre this entire time. And he ends up 4-0 because, again, least amount of points against. So if you got a good team, you got the number 1 overall running back, you got the number 2 overall tight end, and you just have good matchups every week. Like
it pans out. It pays off.
It's going to pay off. So part of fantasy is luck. Obviously part of it's skill too, which this man's got, or else he wouldn't be 4-0. But I mean, shit, breaking it down like straight up, I think Tom Brady's a better quarterback over Derek Carr.
Yep.
Better. Atlanta versus KC. I mean, they should have to keep up, but You got Chandler Jones there, or what's his name? Chris Jones on that
Yep.
defensive line in KC. Like, I think they're going to give him
Yeah,
fit.
don't they still have Justin Houston too, right?
I think you're right. So, like,
Yeah. Their defense hasn't been awful this year. It's been stout. So I'll take Tom Brady over at Atlanta.
For sure. This running back matchup at the beginning of the season, it would have looked a lot more even, but Fournette has been disappointing in my opinion.
No, this is Nook if you book all day. Save your breath. Give it to my boy Cody. Nick Chubb and Joe Mixon over banged up Dalvin Cook with the machine and Tubby Lenny that hasn't really done much. So
yeah, I'm with you there. I'm gonna give the wide receiver matchup. I think I'd give it to Preston. I mean, I love AJ Brown, but like Jalen Waddle's a little hobbled, that groin injury going on right now. And we saw that he could disappear with like 5 points with Tyreek on the ball.
Yeah, it's happening, right? We just saw it for the first time where everybody's worst nightmare of Tyreek going there happened this past week. For me, I'm taking Cody on this one as well. Mike Williams for the boom and DK Metcalf I'll never bet against. And it looks like him and Gino are finally connecting. I think DK's a hold. I don't think you move him unless it's to me. And that's about it.
Yeah. Tight end's pretty straightforward. You don't bet against Mark Andrews unless
Never.
it's Travis Kelce. So Cody gets that one too. Khalil Herbert, Cody's best running back according to him. And
God's gift.
Cooks. Man, I don't know about.
I think that's a wash. I'd say that's probably a wash just because of the. You look at those Drake London, Brandon Cooks. I take Brandon Cooks over Drake London. But at the same time, that's Josh Jacobs over Khalil Herbert. So for me, their flex matchup's a wash.
That's fair. I'm going to take Cody to win this week, just, with what's working. Next matchup, we only got like 4 minutes left, so it's going to be pretty quick here.
Yeah, for sure.
Jose versus Matt. I mean, shit, it's
Mahomes.
We're going to take Mahomes there for sure. I think we're on the same page. I think we're both taking Robinson
for
there.
Sure.
I'm taking Jose as wide receivers all day over
all day
wide receivers. Tight end. We just saw Hawkinson blow up for damn near 40 points, but
I think it still goes Darren Waller on this route. I think that was a 1 week thing with no Amon-Ra, no Swift, banged up offense.
Might be out again though, and Swift's probably gonna be out too. So I mean,
we'll see. I'm still gonna ride with my dog Waller.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna go with Hawkinson just to split it there. Shit, dude, when you got McCaffrey in your flex, like that's nothing to play with.
Yeah, Matt flex. That's it. Matt takes a dub.
Matt's got that dub there. Yeah, we're riding with Matt on this one. Next up, Rondale Burgundy and Watson's Happy Endings. West versus Jordan.
Herbert.
Yeah, Herbert all day. Running backs, what are you thinking?
I'm gonna go with Miles Sanders. It's more consistent. Well, CEH. I think I'm gonna go with Miles Sanders and J.K. Dobbins. It looks like J.K. Dobbins is gonna be the goal line. So if they get there, they're not gonna use Lamar. They're gonna use Dobbins. So
yeah, I'm gonna ride with Wes on everything so far. He's got Michael Thomas plugged in there, but he didn't practice today. Amon-Ra didn't practice today. I would not be surprised to see both of them get out.
I'm going Higgins and Samuel.
Yeah, Higgins and Samuel all day. Pitts has been the fucking pit, like terrible. Give me anybody.
I was about to say I can't pick either one of them. I don't want to. Don't make me.
I'm picking Logan Thomas.
Yeah, I'll just take it. Yeah.
Devontae Adams, that beats everything.
Yeah, that's it.
So
I think Wes takes a dub.
Wes, you get this one for sure. Then we got Big Daddy G and Jacob.
Oh, here we go.
Milf. So, dude, two best
quarterback wash.
Quarterbacks. It's a wash. Yeah. The running backs, I'm gonna take Big Daddy G Derrick Henry and Aaron Jones over these two lamos over here. Chris Godwin and Gabe Davis versus Cooper Kupp. I'm gonna take Cooper Kupp.
Kupp side all day. It could be Kupp and Andre Johnson, who hasn't seen the field in how many years, and I'm still taking the Kupp side.
Yeah, for sure. Unless he's playing against a powerhouse wide receiver team. But yeah, Cup, Jacob, that's you. Anybody that has Kelsey or Andrews, I'm picking you every day.
Always. Yep.
So Jacob there. Flex almost looks like a wash, but I think Ramondre Stevenson has a big game.
That's what I was gonna say. And Bateman's a little banged up too, so I'll take Devin Duvernay, in this game too. And I'm starting both of them in Dynasty. So
yeah, there you go. Melvin Gordon's the workhorse now. Allen maybe catches a touchdown, but like this should be close. But I'm gonna take Jacob. So what are we thinking? Jacob for the win?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I'll take Jacob for the win there too.
I think those wide receivers come in clutch for him.
Yeah, running backs might disappoint. So my record of pick'ems for the season is 12-8. So I'm right more often than I'm wrong. I'll fill in our spreadsheet, but this was quick. We'll make sure to manage our time better next time. But until then, Way.
Yep. Cheers, Way. We'll talk to you soon, team. Let's go.
All right. Have a good week, everybody.
Later, guys.
Later.
See y'all. Later.
How do I